Americans helping Americans in AMP Live, the American Mentee Program, brought to you by AMP Live Media and VIP Execs Realty and Lending, our sponsors. Doing all the stuff your host. It's last minute. That's right. It's Saturday, so we're going to be out in the field. But yes, it's pouring rain, cats and dogs out here. Doesn't mean we can't go out. But at the same token, you know what? You can adjust, adapt, or perish, right? As I always say. That's going to be the theme. Let me turn these tunes off real quick. That'll be the theme for today. It's Saturday, sales and field day. Got some trainings rocking and rolling throughout the day. Going to tap in and out of social media platforms today. This is streaming live on several platforms across the United States of America and the world. Obviously, you know, what is it? We got Twitter or X, YouTube, LinkedIn, there's Twitch, there's Facebook, the groups, selective groups. But today, there's nothing that's going to be that we're going to put inside of the group. It's going to get put in the group, but at the end of the day, we're just going to talk about one thing. The mission is the submission. What the hell is the mission to the submission, right? For everybody, it's different. What it basically is just talking to a seller, getting a lead, getting all the information that's needed. We don't get the short form. We get the long form. We're asking all those art of the deal or the AMP Live method questions that you should be asking. If you don't, then you're going to have a hard time. You're going to go back and forth. And while you're going back and forth and doing all this stuff, figuring that out, we're going to take that deal, right? Or a mentee that we trained or work with is going to do that. So you have to be able to follow directions first of all. And, you got to be able to follow the recipe. That's all it is, right? What's that Gordon Ramsay guy, right? Now, homeboy is vicious. He's a workaholic, right? He's got 20,000 shows. He's got, his cool restaurants, but he's a stickler on how he wants his restaurant to be rocking and rolling, and then bringing in people that want to be part of that game, right? And then they got to go through the show and the regiments, and if they can't hang, then get the F out, right? It's the same thing with AMP Live here in the American Mentee Program, right? So it's a selection process. We only want to work with high-tier quality people that are hungry, that can punch their way out of a paper bag, right? That can be coachable, and most importantly, follow directions. If you can't follow directions, I get it, right? You have to be able to become an awesome follower before you can become an awesome leader. And some people just want to go straight to the top because they think they can lead or want to lead or think they're justified in leading, and that's not going to happen. Trust me, it never does. It does not work. You have to pay your dues in one capacity or another, right? Someone paid for that stuff, time to become an expert, and to become an expert at anything takes about 5 years. Or they say 10,000 freaking hours or 5 years of rocking and rolling in a certain business or a segment of that business, right? To be able to kick some ass. And then even then, look, think of it as like an athlete, right? You can look at any awesome athlete that's out there that's overshadowing, just blowing the doors off of the other athletes, right? And they rely on that athlete because they shine and they rock. But guess what? They work a lot harder than the rest of the athletes. While the other athletes are rocking and rolling, driving their Lambos and stuff like that, right? And living high on the hog, the one that kicks ass is what? They're over there practicing. And they got a coach for this and a coach for that and a mentor for this and a mentor for that. And they become better than everybody else because they're putting in more hours. They're still crafting their art. They're becoming hate to use that word phenomenal, right? Because it reminds me of multi-level marketing shit, right? And I hate that too. I'm not going to get off subject there, but I will in a little bit. But it's true, right? It's astronomical for them, right? They just catapult their business because when everybody else is rocking and rolling on the weekend and doing stuff, what are they doing? They're practicing to become the best, whether it's basketball, football, learning the plays, running the plays over and over and over and over, right? Whatever it is, even if you're an artist or a musician or maybe an attorney or a doctor, whatever your craft is, even if it's just boop, boop, ringing up groceries, right? Whatever it is, the bottom line is you want to become the best at it. You should. It's human nature, right? I would think so. But let's do some housekeeping. We're about 4 minutes in. Housekeeping, do the likes and the loves and all that good stuff, right? I know people watch these videos because when we talk with people, I talk with thousands every year. And, hey, I've been watching your videos and this and that. First and foremost, I'm Erick Paul. I'm going to be your host today of, here we go, boom, the AMP Live Real Estate Show. Today's a sales and training day. So we're usually out in the field, and we're going to go door knocking. It is raining, but you know what? We still can. But I think the best use of time is going to be what? The submission to the submission. The mission is the submission. What the hell is that? Okay? First and foremost, you need leads to come in. And when you have those leads, so before I get started, like I said, we're going to do a little housekeeping here. There'll be some QR codes that'll pop up. If you're like, shit, I want to work with these guys. I want to work with AHA. I want to work with Erick. I want to work with AMP Live, the mentoring program. I want to get my license and join VIP execs and be a real estate agent, or you already are an agent, or you want to become a lender or be a lender. Hey, we have all those opportunities for you. All you got to do is click the links down below. I think there's some links down below for an AMP Live survey. We got AHA University rolling out the next end of this quarter. Right now, the AMP Live American Mentee Program is a selection process for one-on-one training. Not even training. It's one-on-one mentoring, right? So you're not going to watch 20,000 videos. You're not going to read 20,000 PDFs with 5,000 words or so per PDF. You're not going to join a group with the blind leading the blind and just becoming a bird dog for others. No, we're going to get together and go belly to belly. We're going to do deals and show you, yes. You know, people don't talk about it too much. What the hell is a bird dog? It's because people are too new. And there's people that say they've been in the business for a year, 2 years, 3 years. As far as I'm concerned, they're still newbies, right? Unless you got 5 years under your belt and you're still rocking and rolling or not, right? Then you're still a newbie as far as I'm concerned. Brand new in the business. Whether you're an agent, broker, real estate investor, wholesaler, or the one-trick pony wholesalers, I get it. And I'm not talking down. It may sound like that, but the bottom line, I'm just saying, the devil's advocate, and I'm being truthful across the board. It's called the mission is the submission. Okay, for us, that's what we call it. The AMP Live mentoring program, the art of the deal, the AMP Live method, how I've gone to the past and brought it to the future. At the end of the day, now I know what's out there. They got the MLS stuff, right? And that's gonna, sooner or later, that's gonna crash and burn as it does. Heck, the MLS is probably going to be obsolete. It's older than shit. I get it. Syndicated, a lot of stuff out there. If you know how to work it and you can tolerate real estate agents and digest that stuff, then hey, awesome for you, right? I know what I want in my business when I started, and I still do today, even if we do it in our own backyard, how I want things done, policies and procedures, how we're going to present ourselves to the seller because it's our brand on the table there, how we work things, how the process and systems have to come together. And yes, being professional, dressing up. Yes, this is a superhero suit, right? Going to dress up because our clients deserve that, right? Not Levi's, not a t-shirt, not a backpack, not a sweater, not a freaking hoodie, not a skateboard hat, right? Glasses. Take them fucking glasses off. Don't need to be wearing glasses when you're going to talk to sellers. Hey, that's a big no-no. It comes down to the same thing, right? Even though two people can be suited up, one's going to get in the door and the other's not, right? Period. Based on perception, based on how they talk with the seller, based on the questions and what they do, right? Art of the deal, AMP Live, we're getting in the door, period. We're getting all the information we need online. The mission is the submission, right? Guarantee it. We're not going to do 2 or 3 calls, even though you can do that. If you're going to do what? Touch them 7 times before you go to the property. Or if you're doing spaghetti at the wall and throwing a bunch of shit at the wall and making offers on the phone, does that work? It can. But you're going to go through thousands of numbers and people before you get your deals, right? We're going for quality over quantity, and the quantity automation will take care of because there's a fortune and there's money in the freaking follow-up, right? Period. And if you don't know that, it's true. Does cold calling work? Yes. Does it suck? It can be. It depends on how you frame it. We had a lady who said, I have no problem calling NODs and pre-foreclosures. And this person's been in the business 4, 5, 6, 7 years, right? And they go, why? Because they went through it. They've been there. They've done that. They went through it, whatever. I'm not going to get personal, but they've experienced it, so they feel comfortable, right? So sometimes you have to get uncomfortable to get comfortable, and they get uncomfortable again. Trust me, I go through the same process. I'm a human being. We're all humans. We're not freaking robots, right? We all got emotions and families. But bottom line is, you say, well, I can make those calls all day long, but I cannot cold call. Can't cold call a for sale by owner, a probate. Can't cold call a tired landlord. Can't call any other type of data, but as long as you put notice of default pre-foreclosure on it, and hey, her mind is set in the brain where I can make that phone call because I know what I'm talking about and I know I can help them. Well, what's the difference for any other call? Oh, the only part that changes when you're getting the mission is the submission with us and AMP Live is the opening of the call and maybe the closing of the call. The opening of the call is going to be a little different for sale by owner. Why? Because they're advertising. We reached out to them by surfing for deals, a term we coined several years ago, and they're going to come back and say, yes, I'm willing to sell my house. Terms, no. Cash, yes. What does terms mean? What do you mean by terms? Right? Is this a bot? Is it not a bot? Blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Doesn't matter as long as they raise their freaking hand. That's always been the mantra for me. As long as the seller raises their freaking hand and they're flexible, we're probably going to get a deal. Or we're going to, and if they don't take the deal, then they're probably, I'll say it, right? They're probably not very wise, or they got someone else pulling the wool over their eyes by bullshitting them, telling them they're going to get them more money, because we're always going to be truthful of what the property and what we can offer. And a lot of times we can offer more than most of the other investors because of creative real estate investing, because of the AMP Live method, because of what I do. Yes, right? I'm going to share with you on how to become a SubtoMaster just like myself, right? Can I say that? Yeah, I can say it, because I put in the dues. I paid the hours. I put in the time. I want to share that with you. At the end of the day, click those links, click the QR code, come aboard or not. We're not going anywhere. Couple, I was knock on wood, right? Couple more cycles. We're going to be here. If you want to rock and roll with us, then let's go. But let's get back to that training, okay? So very, very important. So even as for sale by owner, and they're running ads on Craigslist, the marketplace, all kinds of stuff, and boom, they see our copy and paste, and they reach back. They're either going to, hey, no problem, here's my address, here's the address, here's the telephone number, or they may text you. Then what happens? We get in touch with them. Now it's time for the mission is the submission, right? I'm not going to share the form on here with you, but I will if needed. No, I'm not going to do that. I could, I guess. I'm not sure if I have one up. If I have one up, I'll share it with you. But we like to go through the whole form. It's not the short form, right? There's other people that do the cold calling thing and do the short form and all that good stuff. But then you still have to go back and get the information anyway, so it makes no sense. Knock it out all in one call because you're a badass, right? And we're going to show you how to be a badass, because that's who we are. At the end of the day, we're getting in and getting all that information. We're making a friend. 1 to 3% are going to be your red flaggers, and we'll give them a chance. Yep. We'll give them 3 chances to redeem themselves, just like Dumb and Dumber, right? And they're going to say, yes, I have nothing to hide, Eric. What do you need to know? Or we're going to go to the second rebuttal and the third rebuttal, and we're going to let them know, right? Hey, you know what? And I'll say it. We're probably not the right company for you. Good luck to you. Hopefully you don't get burned or ripped off by other agents, brokers, investors, wholesalers, and all that other good stuff. You have a good day. Is that weird? Total silence. Go make a sandwich. Do your nails. Read a book. Put it on mute and wait. Did you hang up on me, Eric? No, I'm here. What do you owe on the first? Did you hang up on me? No, I'm not going to share that information with you. Okay, it's public information. You already went through the 2 rebuttals. I'm not going to get into them right now. But then you're going to go, okay, no problem. Well, you have a great and wonderful day. Dude, hang up. Goodbye. Next, let them mess with somebody else. Because if they're not going to tell you stuff that you can get right out of the gate on the phone, nobody knows their home better than the seller, right? And they know the information. And if they don't give it to you, because they think they're selling, some huaraches at the swap meet or something, right? Right? They're trying to sell something, some widget to you or whatever, or they want to disclose the information because they want you to work harder to go get it. Well, that's not fair, kosher. Maybe it's fair, whatever. But at the end of the day, we're trying to help them, vice versa. You want to do business with like-minded people. You want to do business with people you like and they like you. And if they want to hide stuff from you, right? Stuff that's public information and they know you can get and you're going to get, and they don't want to give it to you while you're on the phone, then leave it for someone else, because they're not going to tell you about the foundation issues. They're not going to tell you about the roof that has a leak. They're not going to tell you about the roof that had a leak and they got a handyman to fix it for $500, $300 when they should have had a contractor do it. Not going to tell you about the electrical when the outlet's blowing out. Not going to tell you about all the shit that's wrong with the house because they want you to figure it out, right? No, most sellers and most human beings are technically honest. And they're going to share those things with you if you do it right. The AMP Live method, right? SubtoMaster, that's how we do it, right? You're going to share those things with you. Super important. You can't go, hey, I'm going to get this information. We've had mentees that come aboard. And they get some information, and then they figure they can go to PropStream or they can go to Title Profile or whatever and fill in the gaps. But guess what? Been doing this too damn long to know that they didn't ask those questions. Or we go through the second call and we start asking them those questions, right? And then it starts changing because then they're like, hey, because the mentee did not ask those questions, you have to ask those questions, right? Super important. If you want to be successful in this business, right, you need to do those things. You can never, ever, ever anticipate. I've done it before sometimes, right? Oh, this person's they're not going to sell us their house, or they're not going to give me the information. Oh, they're being buttholes on the phone right out of the gate. But then rebuttal, they open up. And they tell us everything from birth until now. We make an awesome friend. And I was like, wow, I wasn't sure that was going to go that way, because I had it in my mind out of the gate, because maybe someone else called them and they were totally rude or they're buttholes, right? Got to remember, sometimes people wake up in a different mood every single day. That's just because who they are and their family situation or life situation. We can't judge. And there's others, right? Because they are in a stressful situation. If it's a distressed property, then yeah, they're going to wake up in a different mood every day. They got people hammering and calling, and agents and brokers and wholesalers who don't know shit, wholesalers that do know shit, actual real estate investors who want to buy their property are calling and bugging them, right? It's going to happen. They're going to get frustrated. It's not their fault, right? This is the business we're in. So we'll go and call them and see if we can help them. If we can't help them that day, we caught them on a bad day, okay, so what? Well, maybe we'll call them again because the money and the fortune's in the follow-up, and we're going to call them again, or they're going to get a text, a ringless voice message, a postcard, a letter, maybe even a freaking hello, and a freaking door knock. Old school and new school, rocking and rolling all day long, right? The ones that don't want to do old school, right? They're going to rely on tech. It's okay. But if something disappears and the tech goes bye-bye, what are you going to do? You're going to have to go old school. And if you suck at old school and you don't have the balls to go old school, then you're going to perish. Adjust, adapt, or perish. You got to be able to know how to dig that ditch deep and tight, and the walls all nice and tight, and the floor's nice and everything, with the freaking shovel. Maybe an axe. Then you have a bulldozer and a machine, but if the bulldozer breaks down or the machine breaks down, or, hey, they're not selling freaking, diesel anymore, so you can't even fire up that freaking tractor or the bulldozer, right? What are you going to do? Got to wait for somebody, find for someone else to do your gig? No, you have to become the expert. At least understand, know how to what? Like McDonald's, dunk some fries, make a burger, take an order some product, right? McDonald's won't even give you a franchise unless you go to McDonald's University. Doesn't matter how much money you got. Same thing. You have to become the expert. Same thing when we're looking for one-on-one mentees to come aboard and work with us. It's a selection process. Run through the gauntlet. See if 9 times out of 10, it's the ones that have been beat up in the industry, spun their wheels and spend tens of thousands of dollars and haven't got a deal. It happens, right? Real estate agents want to become an expert and dominate their area. Well, you need to learn the private sector. You need to learn creative real estate investing, not just wholesaling. Wholesaling is one-trick pony, right? You're leaving a lot of money on the table, right? There's even investors from the past who got lazy and said, oh, I don't want to fix and flip anymore. I just want to wholesale until the market starts shifting and changing. Then they're going to have to adapt. So be like Abe Lincoln, right? We're going to have a competition about chopping down a tree. Well, person right here is going to wait until the beginning of the competition. Abe Lincoln, 4 hours before the damn competition, he's sharpening the axe, right? Why? Because he knows that axe is going to be super, super sharp. He already has his technique down. He's a badass. Competition starts. Chop, 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 chop. Doll shit, doll shit, doll shit. Boom. Chop, 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 chop. Who wins? Abe Lincoln. Chop that motherfucker down like it was butter. Whoop. Right? That's the difference between what's out there and AHA, America's How Americans and Amp Live. That's the difference upon other people who do Sub 2 and the SubtoMaster. right? Bottom line is becoming an expert in understanding the mechanics, the psychological part of doing what? Working with the seller, being professional, asking all the questions. You have to ask all the questions on our Sub2 lead gen form, right? The intake form. The mission is a submission. And the ones that do it great, hey, we had a young guy named Victor, right? He popped those things like candy. Boom, 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 boom. Right? Eric would too, but he'd leave a little bit of stuff out there, right? Have others in the Midwest, Vegas, Florida, Montana, Ohio, Missouri, right? Texas, right? Had one young man did a pretty good job in Texas, right? Boom, you get all the information. But maybe it wasn't exciting enough for him, right? So he pussied out. Shit happens, right? That's what's going to happen. So excuse my French. If you don't like it, press pause. Don't watch, and it's okay. Or plug your ears. If there's little ones, cover their ears, because this is for adults only. It's for entertainment purposes. Full disclaimer, I am not an attorney. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a financial analyst or even a bookkeeper, right? So if you like what you like here, and just do the likes and the loves. Watch all the way through, because I'm always going to drop some professional pro tips that you can actually use in the field, or it's going to enhance what you're already thinking about. Or going, man, I didn't think about that. Or maybe I have. Or maybe you're like, you know what? I got to think about changing my game a little bit, right? Especially right now when the market is shifting and changing, okay? So when you get those leads, whether they're for sale by owners, maybe you're working probates, maybe you're working tired landlords. Several years ago, about 4, 5, 6 years ago, a lot of the, I guess, coaches, gurus, or whatever you want to call them, were saying, yeah, go after the tired landlords, right? Absentee owners. Now, I didn't agree with it. I still don't agree with it. If you're brand new, sure, it's going to toughen you up. But if you don't have the cojones to be able to make those calls and get beat up by experienced investors, first, because you're obviously looking for the tired landlord, right? 1 out of 100 or more, right? 1 out of 1,000. They're all landlords. They are professional, or most of them are probably going to be investors, or, mom and pop investors, or maybe, they tried their luck and now they're tired and they're going, shit, I want to sell this thing. I'm frustrated. They didn't run their business correctly or whatever. Maybe they bought one property and said, this is not for me. That is your tired landlord. But you have to go through all these other people and get your ass beat, which people don't want to do. But the ones that do it get the deal, right? Because they got uncomfortable, made the calls, got the tired landlords. Now they have a niche. Now they're figuring out their metrics. They're figuring out their KPIs, right? For the nerds, right? It's cool. You got to have, it's not just nerd stuff, right? You got to know the numbers, all right? But that's the gist, right? But they're sharing that. So people would spend $10,000, $15,000 on tons of mailers, spend 6 months building up their websites and all this crazy stuff and pay-per-click and doing all this stuff when they should have spent 6 months doing both simultaneously, because when the leads came down the wire, they couldn't even handle 10, 15 calls. It's too much, too many people, let alone 100. They suck at the art of the deal. They are not the experts. They suck at talking to sellers. So they got beat up and beat up and beat up and frustrated, and eventually what? $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 out. It's not that it didn't work. It's just whoever was working with them gave them the wrong information, or didn't really figure, hey, it's not like one size fits all. Everybody's a little different. That's why when somebody comes and works with us, we got to talk goals, right? Tangible and intangible. We got to see what those benchmarks are. We got to see where you want to go. Because if there's no game plan, there's no target, then it's not, one size fits all does not work to a degree. Now, we're moving one to many, trust me, right? With the SubtoMaster program, Amp Live program, 30 Days to a Deal Challenge, 5 Days to a Deal Challenge, AHA University, right? Yeah, that'll be PDFs. It'll be videos. It'll be live trainings and things of that nature, right? It'll get you to as far as you need to, get you some deals maybe and things of that nature. But when you want to really scale up your business and rock and roll that, you got to do the one-on-one mentoring, right? You got to find others on where you want to take your business to, or not, right? So at the end of the day, it's proof in the pudding, battle tested, and all those good things. So the mission is a submission. Let's get back to that. Why is it so important to get the full submission, right? Why? Because you can do it this way. right? Like a lot of others. They can get all the information, try to make an offer, get the seller, say how much are you willing to sell your property for? Would you take this? Would you take that? How's the kitchen? How's the bathroom? How's this? How's that? Boom, 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 short form. They're either going to say yes or no. How many do you have to go through? 500? 1,000? There's some people who make 1,000 calls to get one deal. Others make 500 offers, LOIs. LOIs are not offers, right? They're just kind of like little carrots with 3 different offers. I get it. There's a place and time for that stuff, but it's not an offer. It's not an official offer. You can't lock up a property with that. You still have to write a contract and an agreement, boom, and lock that son of a bitch up. It's just a way to get your foot in the door. Think of it as a salesperson getting their foot in the door, right? So LOIs are that. You can write 500 LOIs, maybe get one deal. You can write 500 deals, offers, and maybe get one deal, right? That's just the way it is. Because you're throwing spaghetti at the freaking wall. You're not strategically looking at whether this is a deal or not, but you don't want to get like, oh, here's a bunch of leads. Let me look at every lead to see which one's a deal. No. You get the distressed information, stack the distressed information. Does it have a divorce? Is it a pre-foreclosure? Is it a probate? Is it a tired landlord? Boom, look at all those issues. The more issues, the more money you're going to make. The more issues, but you have to become more of an expert to be able to solve those solutions and solve those, or I should say, solve those problems with solutions, right? And not just the one-trick pony and go, hey, it's 70 cents on the dollar. This is what I can offer you. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, and there's people doing it on a different way, right? Where you can get on the phone and, hey, yeah, my buyer, here's, I'm going to give you a number, 35679. Here's your buyer number for us and this and that. And we're going to get in 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and talk to my boss. It's kind of like the car salesman thing. See if I can get my boss to, get you that number that you're really wanting. You want 195,000. Let me see what I can do. Put them on hold, do all that stuff, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I get it. If you can do that, awesome, right? Does it work? Of course. Everything works. I call them verticals. Every vertical works in this business if you become and hyper-focused on that vertical. And then we move to the next vertical. And then the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And then you have a bunch of verticals. If you're managing them all yourself, well, that's pretty hard. So then you want to build a team, right? You want to become the rainmaker, right? And then you want to have your acquisitions and your dispo and your lead generation and your lead coordinator and your office manager and all that good stuff, your marketing, your graphics, social media, maybe even a freaking PR person, right? To rock your business, to rock your brand. Those are all things. Think of it as like an entertainer. Same thing, right? You got to do all those things. An entertainer, you got to do what? You got to practice to do what? Become an expert. Write those songs, get others to write songs, buy music, get in a band, tour, get your, what do you call it? The chops rocking and rolling, right? Boom, 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 get exposure, grow your list, grow your fan base, right? Then you start hiring people because you can't do it all to expand and grow your brand as an artist, athlete, business person. Doesn't matter. It's the same thing. So I've always loved branding. That's what I did in the first cycle and I do it now. Anytime a brand comes out, like AHA University is going to be the brand, but it's piggybacking off what? AHA, Americans Helping Americans, AMP Live, the American Mentee Program, AMP Live Media, VIP Execs Realty and Lending, right? Bring them all together over a period of time, accumulation of, yes, years and years and years. And here we are. We're getting closer and closer. Maybe we're going to rock into the next cycle. There's a lot of people from the last cycle who didn't make it to this cycle, and there's going to be a lot of people from this cycle who are not going to make it to the next cycle. Whether they're regular investors or high-end investors or big dogs, little dogs, gurus, wannabe coaches, mentors, software companies, all that good stuff, because times a change, right? Right? But I guarantee you, we're going to be here. We'll be there for the next cycle, right? As long as the earth don't blow up or anything like that, we'll be good. That's how I always say, right? So the bottom line is the mission is the submission. Get that submission. It takes longer. Yeah, 10, 15, 20 minutes. And if they really like you, maybe 30 or 40 minutes. Maybe they'll offer you a cup of coffee, water, maybe even invite you for dinner. Have we ever done that? No. That's a little crossing the line a little bit, right? Maybe a little water, sure, but not a dinner. You give them a dinner after you buy their property. And then you can take them to dinner. We've done that before. We went in, helped them sell their property, help them move on with their life into another state, right? Get them the money they needed to move on with their lives. And a little extra bonus from us as well. And some dinner on us. Beautiful, lovely thing. Testimonials, all that good stuff, right? So it's an awesome business, and it's awesome to do those type of things for other people as well as, hey, for ourselves and others and mentees or just people that work with us. But right now, I'm going to share something with you. The mission is the submission. Yes, get all the information, right? You have to get all the information. What's on the first? What's on the second? What's on the third? Who's the lender? Who's the servicer? What's the payment? How much do you owe? What's the balance? Are you in pre-foreclosure? Have you made a payment? When's the last time you made a payment? Are you in default right now? Is there a foreclosure letter? Have you gotten a foreclosure letter? Is there an auction coming down the wire? Now, if we're working foreclosures, we know these things. We're still going to ask those questions, but we're not going to hold them to it. And they say, no, I'm good. I'm not in foreclosure. Okay, we're not going to tell them, well, according to courthouse records, not yet, right? Unless they try to hang up on us, or if whatever comes down the wire, then, yeah, you got to go to the jugular. Yes, according to courthouse records, looks like you might have an issue with your bank. You might want to take care of that, right? Because banks are foreclosing right now, and they're selling it off to other investors, and then they're foreclosing. They're unloading their dogs because banks don't want the properties. They want those payments. That's how they make their money. That's how they stay in business. That is how they keep their investors rocking and rolling. And if that's not happening, then they're going to go belly up, get a bailout of some sort, right? Or someone's going to acquire them. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, who knows, right? It is what it is. But the bottom line is you got to keep on rocking and rolling. You got to get all the information. Like my mentor said something, and he asked me to do something. I didn't question it. I thought about it. I processed it. I went and did it, right? And then when I did it, I came back. Then I questioned, why did I do that? What's the purpose? Why do we need this? Why do you need this, and this right now? Can we get it later? Well, and then he explained it to me, right? Well, because of the situation that we have and whatever the situation was or is with the seller, then we'd have to maneuver. I need authorization release. I got to speak to the bank. I got to talk to the first. I got to talk to the second. I'm going to need the heirs information. All that good stuff, right? We need to do that in the pre-foreclosure process. If it's a probate, we got to know who the heirs are, right? Did they pass away intestate? Did they have a will, not have a will? Is it in a trust? Who's the executor of the estate? Who's the beneficiary? Who's the trustee? All those things come into play. If it's just a simple for sale by owner, okay, great. Do we have to get certain information? But the point is that whatever my mentor said, I went and did, and I came back, then questioned it, and then figure out, and then put it into my processes and procedures on how I wanted my business to be perceived, period. His rules are his rules, but I took the best of what he had and put it into mine. So we're going to do the same thing here, right? I'm not asking you to say, hey, you got, in the beginning, do exactly what needs to be done, get it done, have a leap of faith, get the results, and then if you can make a better mousetrap, then go for it. Want you to, right? And then share it with us and share it with others, or not, totally up to you, right? But you always got to be paying it forward. Always got to take care of your fellow man or woman, right? Always got to remember the golden rule. PMA, positive mental attitude, treat others as you would like to be treated. Right? That was my Captain Kirk action. But yeah, I'm fired up. So hopefully in 30, 40 days, I'll be a slimmer, trimmer, rock and roll guy. Got to get ready for some things that are coming up in the springtime, summertime, and then cruising into 25, 26, and 27, right? Got to have a game plan, right? Got to see through the future. Got to always rock in the present, right? Rock in the present. Devour what's on your plate because you can't complain. But I got too much on my plate, blah, 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 blah. So this is that's life. Get used to it, right? Or you can just let it sit on the plate and rot, or eat that son of a bitch and put some more shit on your plate, right? That's life. Enjoy life too. Yes, I get it. Got to smell the roses. Got to go do things with your family and your friends and things of that nature. But people who want to get into real estate and then they're like, hey, I just want to work Monday through Friday. Don't want to work Saturday and Sunday. Good luck to you, because real estate happens on the weekends when sellers and things aren't at work. Yeah, things happen during the week too. So it's a lifestyle. It's not a job. You're not going to punch a clock. Entrepreneurs don't punch a clock. They do to expand, grow, or not. They have that freedom that others don't. They don't have to punch a clock. They don't have to go to work if they don't want to that day, like everybody else. They make a decision, but they know if they don't go out and hunt, then they do not eat. So you have to have hunters, hire processors, hire people that are going to gut the food, right, and cut it all up and turn it into steaks. And now you got a business. Now you can sell it to other people, right? You see what I'm saying? It's just a business enterprise. It's the way you got to think. Things are what they are in this life right now. Inflation, all that good stuff. I'm not going to get all into that. But make sure you do what you need to do. Vote correctly and all that good stuff. You know, do your part. Do your part for America. That's why AHA was born. Americans helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time. Doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. Then AMP Live, the American Mentee Program. That's why I was born. Because of what? So we could do one-on-one mentoring, just doing whatever I did in the past, trimmed it down, cut off all the fat, just the meat and potatoes, muscle memory based on what works without having to watch 20,000 videos, reading 20,000 pages of PDFs, joining Facebook groups with the blind leading the blind, small percentage, 15, 10%, rock and roll, and everybody else in there, bird dogs. Now look it up. Look up what a bird dog is, right? So yes, it's not in the sense of a hunting thing. It's kind of like a hunt. That's what a bird dog is for hunters, right? Boom. They shoot it. Now go get the food. Go get the target, right? Then they point. That's what a bird dog is. You find the ugliest properties in the area, in your block, in wherever you're located. Take a picture, an address, give it to your investor who's looking to purchase the property, and they'll either cut you a check, what's called a referral fee, right? There's a lot of wholesalers out there that are bird dogs. No, they don't deserve 50%, 5, 10, 15,000 bucks for what? Finding a property that someone else has, daisy chaining it. You have to do the work. It's because there's an address and maybe a connection. You still didn't negotiate it. The money's in negotiating the deal, locking up that deal so it's nice and juicy. You make your money when you buy it, when you lock it up, when you write up that contract, not when you sell it. Now, if that makes sense to you, awesome. If it doesn't, DM down below. We'll chit chat. We'll talk. I'll share it with you. It's been around for a while. It's out. It's out. It's on. You know, what do they say? It's you know, it's been let out of the bag for a long time, thanks to social media and all this good stuff, right? But not everything has been unlocked out of the bag, right? Here we had an awesome conversation with a young man. We're going to bring him aboard. He's going to kick some ass, right? Won't name any names quite yet, right? But same thing, right? He goes, a lot of that stuff for YouTube, TikTok. It's all vague. And then when you buy the course of the program, it's still vague because they're not dropping all little juicy nuggets here and there, but they're not giving you the recipe to rock, right? They're not giving you Gordon Ramsay's recipe on Wellingtons, right? Or whatever, right? Or whatever the hell he makes with his, linguine and shit, right? I don't know. But it's awesome show, though. It's cool. Yeah, be careful. You can binge on that stuff, right? But it's the same thing. And he has his processes. He has his quality control, how it looks, how it's delivered, the aesthetics when you come into his restaurant, how he wants his cooks and chefs and everything running, right? The freshness of the ingredients, of the meat, of how it's processed or how it's cooked up. And it has to be 100% every time it goes out to that customer. Same thing here. That's what we do. That's what we're about. 100% when we're talking with the seller. 100% when we meet with the seller. 100% when we're writing contracts where we dot the I's and cross the T's. No mistakes. Mistakes can happen, right? Because we're humans. But they should be very, very like 0.001, right? Especially when they got 2 or 3 I's on it. And if you're making mistakes like that, then you're not taking your business serious. You cannot do that. We're not dealing with widgets. We're dealing with thousands and tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of freaking dollars. So you cannot make mistakes. Okay? Get that stuck in your mind, right? And that you make your money with a pen, piece of paper, and your mouth. Lovely thing. I figured that out when I started rocking deals and going, boom, put the paper down, locking up contracts, locking up contracts, locking up contracts. What happens? I go, that's where I make my money. I don't have to pick up a hammer. I don't have to punch a freaking clock. I don't have to do what? I don't know. Do some manual labor. That's what I said when I growing up. I said, I grow up, I'm not gonna do any manual labor when I get older. Right? Leave that for everybody else. But I also said, hey, I'm not a brainiac, so guess I'm not gonna be an engineer. I'm not gonna be a computer wizard. Right? God gave me this. It's called the mouth and the brain. And whatever personality you want to call it or not, it is who I am. It is what I am. So sometimes you get to find who you are. Found that out a long time ago by playing music. That's who I found out who I am. And now just a different stage, right? And helping others and rocking and rolling and connecting with people. You're a connector. Everybody's a connector. I had a mentee ask, hey, were you born a salesperson? Hell no. I was one of the shyest young guys in the world, right? You look at me and I'm, hey, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? I get all freaked out, my dad used to say. Don't worry, they're just looking at you because you got long hair. I said, well, thanks for letting me grow that long hair, Dad. Now I look like a little girl. Right? It is what it is. He was a musician. So, go figure. Right? Things change if you want them to change. It's all right here in your mindset. You can change and reprogram your brain. Thoughts are things. Thoughts are real. Thoughts can help you manifest things. And yes, you can think about them and wish upon them. But if you wish without action and really feeling it, that's the magic what I found. If you really feel it, and it's like praying, but not praying when you really need something. Praying every single day for gratitude and this, hey, thank you for the awesome, beautiful day. Thank you for my family. Thank you for my wife, my kids. Thank you for this awesome meal I'm going to eat right now. And then if you got certain things in your building, in your business, and maybe you're stuck, you're hitting the wall, guess what? He's talking to you right now. He's saying, click the link down below. Here it is, right? Click the link down below. Let's rock. Let's do some business together. Let's help each other and then help others, because that is the true cause and mission for AHA, Americans Helping Americans, is to help our fellow Americans across the United States of America and helping you to help others. It becomes what? It becomes the true mission, a true cause. Because that's one of my missions and causes, to help out our fellow Americans, right? So you open up your eyes a little bit. If you just do one deal, who cares? You do one freaking deal in a year. You got a recipe. Be halfway dangerous, right? Maybe you make $5,000. Maybe you make $2,000. Maybe you make $50,000 on a deal. For some people, that's more than what they make in a year. Can that change your life? Of course it can. And it can be scary, right? Oh, do I do this contract? Do I do this? Well, you're not going to be alone. That's the beautiful thing, right? You're going to be with myself and my team. We're going to be doing creative real estate investing, subject to existing financing, seller finance, rent to own, lease options, regular options. Heck, if you want to get your license and become a real estate agent, we'll help you with that. If you're already licensed, we'll help you with that too, and you get the best of both worlds. Beautiful, lovely thing it is, I know. There's no bullshit. There is no BS here. There's no drama here. If you're that type of person, then this is not for you. Guarantee it. Okay? I like my circle small. I love to laugh like a SOB. Trust me. Right? That's just my personality. Right? There's a lot of things that other people look at and go, oh my God, that's serious. And I'll laugh at it. And there's other people that are, hey, different level than me. And I'll go, man, that's serious. And then they're laughing. Right? There's always those different levels. Everybody's got a different personality type. But I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to put a code down below. This is the mission, is the submission, whether you see this or not, because I think Facebook is suppressing some of my stuff here and things of that nature. It just is what it is. But watch it, absorb it, connect, right? Because when opportunity presents itself, you open the door or knock the son of a bitch down like I did when I got started. Say you're going to do it once and then shut your mouth and then go do it and never say it again until you do. Do or die. Had an awesome conversation with a young man. He said, yeah, I'm on board. Ride or die. That's awesome. I said, that's cool, man. He's a keeper. Right? But we'll see. We'll see, because the proof is in the pudding. I know what this business is about. People will make it. Everybody wants to be a real estate mogul and a real estate guru, and they all want to get into real estate. I talked to one, said, I've been wanting to do real estate for 8 years. Blah, 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 blah. Smart person, but doesn't have the wherewithal. Wants easy peasy staple button. Beep, 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 beep. Doesn't work that way. I thought it was going to be sweet and easy. No, sweet and easy is the job you have right now. So keep your job. Keep your day job, because you ain't going to make it in this business. It is what it is, right? But until you change your mind, the mindset, and reframe your brain, because I'm on fucking fire right now, reframe your brain, reprogram your mind, and anything is possible. My mom used to say, hey, you can do whatever you want. Yeah, whatever. It sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me, but I guess it's true. Now timing's thinking, oh, I'm too old. I'm too old to do this. I'm too young. Well, that's what I thought when I got started in real estate when I was about 16, 17 years old. I'm too damn young. I wear crazy clothes. My hair's too damn long, so nobody's going to take me serious. Maybe in that day and age, they might have not taken me serious. Or maybe if I framed it in my mind and I got a hold of that book, Think and Grow Rich, before instead of later, then I probably would have moved forward because I wouldn't have had no idea that I could fail. When you don't know if you can fail, then you're going to move forward and succeed. It's only when you think you're going to fail or you know you're going to fail or you failed in your own mind before it even starts, then it's a recipe for shit. And then the woes and all that shit happens. It's hard, I know. But pick up that book, Think and Grow Rich. Read it. It'll help you change your mind if you need it. And some don't need it. Maybe some people are just awesome at that and don't need the book. I do. I need to read it, and I need to recharge and recharge and recharge and recharge my batteries because I run them son of bitches low, and then I got to recharge. Run them low, got to run them charged. I need to keep on rocking, right? As long as we can on this planet. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up. What do we got? I think it's March 30th, right? March 30th. So check this out. And this is the promise that I made. So here we go. You can go and check out AMP Live. Oh, we got a QR code I'm going to put up here real quick for you for the Sub 2 group. Boom, scan that really quick, and you can get into the SubtoMaster group. We're going on April 6th. We're going to do, I believe it's on a Saturday, 2 p.m. live. Yeah, we'll give you coffee. We'll give you food, maybe some food. Maybe we'll give some stuff away. I don't know. I got to have a powwow to see what we're going to give away and maybe what others want. Okay, but we are going to talk about real estate, creative real estate investing. We're going to talk about how to find those deals. We're going to talk about how to work creative real estate investing or Sub 2. Okay, I'm going to drop some SubtoMasterness on you guys. All you got to do is click that link down below, or there should be a link that's going to come up or should be already in this maybe live somewhere. And it's the real estate domination something. Let me see what it is. Let me see if I even got it here. I'll pull it up right now. Okay, we're going to add a source. Where is it at? Boom, right there. Present. There she blows. So the Real Estate Domination Investor Meetup, yes, presented by AMP Live and the Relentless team. In-person networking, yes, it still exists, right? Belly to belly still exists. You want to make more money in this business? Belly to belly is going to get you there, right? Dealing with quality over quantity is going to get you there. The art of the deal and the AMP Live method is going to get you there. Working with the SubtoMaster is going to get you there, and my team are going to help you. Or you just show up, meet some good people, meet some other buyers. Maybe you bring some deals to the table, and hey, we'll make you offers on them if they're good deals. Maybe we'll work them. Maybe you're going to come to the table with a bunch of money and you were looking for deals. It's come and visit, right? So it is true live networking. We're going to talk about real estate. We're going to make some friends. Hey, and if you're ready to rock, we'll actually go out into the field and go knock on some doors if you like. Easy peasy stuff, right? You're going knock on doors. I want to knock on doors. Well, some old school with new school. Isn't there like automation? Of course there is. There's a method for the madness, and we'll share that on Saturday, April 6th, right? 2 p.m. Be there, be square, Pacific Standard Time. We're going to go live for about 15, 20, 30 minutes, tap into a little bit. If we go out in the field, then we're going to go live so you can actually click the link and you can watch and all that good stuff if you're a voyeurism type person. I'm just kidding, right? A lot of people want to watch that stuff, and hey, some people like it, right? It is what it is. You'll learn some stuff. You see some stuff. Maybe to get you fired up and go, man, if they can do it, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. So let's rock and roll. Let's go ahead and pull up one more thing here. And then we're going to do the good old QR code action right here. Going to add this right now because it is the last day, as promised, to honor 2023 one-on-one mentoring, printing, for the last day, I think we got the 31st. So tomorrow's the last day. All right. So, hey, there it is, right? There's a lot of stuff rocking and rolling. A lot of things are happening, okay? So I'm going to drop it right now. Take a look, scan that QR code. I believe it's right there. Boink. We don't advertise, but it's being advertised right now. There it is. Okay? Because on Monday, it's going up 58%. And then it's going to continue to go higher because we want to make sure that we're working with exclusive people one-on-one. Okay? And then we're going to have our other programs, SubtoMaster, Amp Live 30 Days to a Deal Challenge, Amp Live program, which is about a 90-day program with coaching, interactive mentoring, things of that nature, right? You're going to fly under AHA University. So if you're into the videos and the PDFs and the Facebook groups and some live coaching, then that'll help you get to where you need to get to, get some deals under your belt. When you're wanting to scale and grow and blow up your business, boom, one-on-one mentoring is going to come down the wire, and we will credit you whatever you've taken down for the hard cost for the one-on-one or for the other programs and honor the one-on-one. If you want to lock in the one-on-one mentoring right now, before it goes up on Monday to 58%, above what it is right now, scan that QR code right there. Let me go back to this right here. I'm going to take that out. Boink. Put the mug back up so you can scan that QR code. Lock it in. Right there, we got the SubtoMaster. That is free. Get in there. Get in inside the creative real estate investing one as well. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and leave that up for a second. I'm going to go ahead and change it in a sec. And then it's just going to be able to lock in your spot. So if you got that and it makes sense, go for it. Probably going, what the hell does it even consist of? I'm not going to get into that on this live, right? But it's something like nothing else you've ever encountered. Trust me. And you don't have to. Trust me. Bottom line, check out some testimonials, things of that nature. But let's rock and roll. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. I'm going to go ahead and put this next. This one here. You scan that QR code and just chat. Scan that right there. I believe it's right there. Set up your appointment. Set up your meeting. The new Amp Live website is going to be up probably, hopefully within a week or two. You can go ahead and take a look at it. Sign up there. Lock your spot in. It's going to be the whole full booking system and everything. And then you'll talk to myself or maybe someone who works with us, the high ticket salespeople. Heck, if you're a high ticket salesperson, you want to rock and roll, make some money, sell in the Amp Live program, then we'd love to chat with you. Otherwise, it'll be myself or whoever else is in the queue. I always like to talk with every single mentee that comes through the program. So you will be chatting with me as well, about 15, 20 minutes. And we'll figure out what you're wanting to do to see if it's a good fit. And if it's a good fit, awesome, because ultimately it's my decision and the board's decision for everybody who comes aboard at the end of the day. And if it's a good fit, we'll rock. If not, no problem. Maybe later or maybe never. It is what it is, right? But you're more than welcome to join one of the programs when they're released, probably at the end of second quarter. And anybody can take those down. Anybody can join the AHA University. There'll be some free stuff as well, freebies, and there'll be the AHA Protege program, which is free. There'll be the Surfing for Deals program, which probably will be for free in the beginning, maybe not, but eventually it will. Or we'll see. We may just give it away for free anyways, okay? But take advantage of those things because they're going to help you in this industry. This business is not for everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. We're at 53 freaking minutes. Rock and roll in all that you do. Hope you have a good one. Hope you're out there rocking and rolling deals. And put my signature rock and roll at the bottom. I had a conversation with a young man as well, the same dude, same guy, and others. I've said this, right? And people go, oh, I'm so busy. I'm busy. They don't have busy to do shit, but they're busy doing nothing and saying busy. And I said, hey, if I got $5 for every time I heard someone say they're busy, I'd probably own like 5 or 10 Lambos, right? And it's true. Instead, I say rock and roll. So if I'm saying rock and roll, it's the alternative to busy. It's the alternative to doing what you need to do and sometimes not what you need to do. If you're saying, hey, I'm rocking and rolling, yeah, I could be on a vacation somewhere. I could be on a cruise. I could be with my family. I could be working. But it's always going to be rock and rollness, right? For me, anyways. Maybe you adopt it, maybe you don't. It's okay. A lot of people love that term rock and roll for whatever reason. I believe in rock and rolling because it's just in my DNA. So hopefully, without further ado, rock and roll in all that you do. Take advantage of what's happening today. There's an opportunity on the table. And the young man, again, couldn't have said it more perfectly yesterday. When there's an opportunity and it presents myself, I get off my ass and I rock. I jump on it. I move on it. This is either God sent, universe sent, me sent, manifestation sent. because this is what he or others have been manifesting. And even when I did, finally, when I said, hey, I needed help, I found my mentor. Thank God. But I also had a lot of things set up, and I was doing the business already. I had to bring tremendous value to him for him to even work with me, and even the other one who did the apartment building stuff, right? TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. Saturday, Sunday. Tomorrow's Easter, which I forgot about. But tomorrow's Easter, so hopefully you have an awesome, awesome Easter. I will come on maybe for 10, 15, 20 minutes for the Sunday sermon, rants and raves. See you tomorrow. See you out there in the field today or not. But let's rock and roll together, right? I think Helen Keller said it, and she's blind, right? I don't even remember what it is, but it's on my mind, right? It's the premise is that, hey, you know, by working together, it's always better. No, I was kidding. Right? It just depends. It's the mastermind alliance, right? You can do more when you have more people, but they got to be going in the same direction. Not, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to go here, I want to go there. Otherwise, it's a big mess. Everybody's got to be going, this is where we're going. Here's the goal. This is what we're going to do together to achieve that. And everybody's going to what? Benefit and profit from it. AHA, Americans Helping Americans. AMP Live, the American Mentee Program, powered by and sponsored by AMP Live Media, VIP Execs, Realty and Lending. We're looking for you. Take advantage of it. Opportunity is knocking. Knock, 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 knock. Hear that? Knock, knock, knock. It's opportunity. Take advantage of it. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.